With the Gleipnir anime coming closer and closer to its biggest set piece yet, it brings us to the question, how does Shuichi's power actually work? In Gleipnir, the power that Shuichi had obtained from drinking the transformation drug, which came from the vending machine that can be used from putting a special coin inside of its slot, gave Shuichi the power to allow people to crawl inside of him and wear him as if he's a fursuit. And by doing this, Shuichi can make up for his weakness of not being able to fight by letting others go inside of him and fight for him. But there's a lot more to this ability than what's initially revealed, because there is a secret to Shuichi's power that makes it so strong in the first place. When Shuichi uses his power, he and the person inside of him both become one. And when Shuichi and the person inside of him become one, Shuichi is no longer himself and the person inside of him is no longer their self. When Shuichi and the person inside of him become one, they become a completely different entity altogether. And during this process, the body, soul, and memories of the individuals are all connected. So if me and you were to become one, you'd know everything about me and I would know everything about you, because I'd be seeing your memories and you would also be seeing mine. But with our souls and bodies being connected, we'd be making the same decisions at the same exact time in order to do whatever we wanted to do at that moment in time. But there is a catch. If we do not possess the same goal while we are one, then the power will stop working altogether. Meaning that if we both do not want to do the same exact thing at that same moment, then the power would stop working. For instance, when Shuichi and Yoshioka had become one, for a brief moment, their goals no longer aligned. When Shuichi wanted to kill Elena, Yoshioka had stopped him. This is because when Yoshioka and Shuichi had become one, Yoshioka had seen Shuichi's memories. And through Shuichi's memories, Yoshioka had seen that Shuichi and Elena had used to be in love with each other. Shuichi was unknowingly destroying the one he loved. Yoshioka had stopped Shuichi from killing Elena because she knew how much Elena means to Shuichi. And because at this moment in time, Shuichi had lost his memories, he wouldn't be able to realize how much he actually loved Elena. Shuichi, ultimately not knowing how much he loved Elena, would ultimately cause him to try and kill Elena. But Yoshioka had stopped Shuichi. Yoshioka had prevented Shuichi from using any more of the power that he had attained from the both of them becoming one. Yoshioka had stopped Shuichi because her goal was different from his. Shuichi wanted to kill Elena, but after figuring out who Elena was, Yoshioka no longer wanted Elena to be killed. And this caused Yoshioka's and Shuichi's goals to no longer be the same. If Shuichi and the person inside of him do not have the same goal, then he can no longer use their power to obtain his goal. Shuichi is weak, so he cannot obtain his goal on his own. And to make up for this, Shuichi borrows the powers of others in order to combat his own weakness. This is because Shuichi cannot fight by himself. To let someone else inside of you, maybe it's just compensating for how weak you are.